Good morning, everyone. I welcome you all for this session of radiation. In the previous session, we had taken up with the heat exchange of the radiation between two finite surfaces, as well as we have taken up some what is shape factor and what are the remarks on shape factor. Today's session, we are going to deal with the heat exchange by radiation between two infinite parallel diffuse gray surface. Between two infinite parallel diffuse gray surface. Say suppose I have two parallel surfaces, two parallel surface. So this is my surface 1 and this is my surface 2. I call this surface 1 and this is surface 2. Surface 1, let it be maintained at temperature T1 and surface 2, let it be maintained at temperature T2. The let the emissivity of this surface 1, let it be emissivity 1 and emissivity of surface 2, let it be epsilon 2. Then the absorptivity according to my Kirchhoff's law for the diffuse surfaces, alpha will be equal to emissivity. So alpha 1 is equal to epsilon 1. So my absorptivity will also be epsilon 1 and epsilon 2 will be my absorptivity for the surface 2. Then the reflectivity, if I consider the surface as opaque, I'll be having transmissivity is equal to 0. So the reflectivity will be nothing but alpha plus rho plus transmittivity will be equal to 1. So if I consider the surface as opaque, tau will be equal to 0. Then alpha I'm taking it as epsilon according to my Kirchhoff's law. Rho will be nothing but 1 minus epsilon. Nothing but rho. Rho is nothing but 1 minus epsilon. So reflectivity in this case, it will be minus epsilon 1 2. I have two finite of is maintained at T1, surface 2 is maintained at temperature T2. Emissivity of surface 1 is emissivity of surface 2. According to my Kirchhoff's law, for absorptivity will be equal to emissivity of surface 1 is nothing but epsilon 1 and emissivity of surface 2 is epsilon 2. So the absorptivity is equal to the emissivity. So I have taken it as epsilon 2. Then the reflectivity, I have considered it as the opaque surface. So tau will be equal to 0. According to my equation for the surface, alpha plus rho plus tau will be equal to 1. Alpha is absorptivity, rho is reflectivity, tau is transmittivity is equal to 1, transmissivity is 0. So I have alpha is equal to emissivity because of the Kirchhoff's law. Emissivity plus rho is equal to 1. I need to find out reflectivity, that is rho is equal to 1 minus epsilon. So the reflectivity of surface 1 will be 1 minus epsilon 1, and reflectivity of surface 2 will be 1 minus epsilon 2. Now when I know it, I have a diffuse gray surface. I have a diffuse gray surface, and I need to find consider it again. Again, I'm going to consider the two parallel surfaces. One small element of the surface 2, where the radiation is coming out, and it will be in the hemispherical direction. I'm going to, just for my analysis case, I'm going to consider only one direction, one ray coming out of this surface. Like that, there will be all the other rays going out from the surface. There will be other rays going out of the surface, where I'm going to consider only one single radiation, and I take this power of this as E2. I take the emissive power of that as some part of the surface 1, and some part of the surface radiation will be absorbed by surface 1. I have a small element from the surface 2 which is emitting E2 amount of emissive power from surface 2. When this emissive power reaches surface 1, some part of the radiation will be amount of radiation is absorbed. It is nothing but epsilon 1 into E2. Epsilon 1 into E2. And what will be reflected? What is my reflectivity? It is 1 minus emissivity. It is 1 minus emissivity 1 of the surface into the total emissive power. It is nothing but E2. Okay. When this radiation falls back to surface 2, again some part of the radiation will be absorbed and some part of the radiation will be reflected back to surface 1. Some part of the radiation will be absorbed and some part of the radiation will be again reflected. So out of this total emissive power, that is, some part will be absorbed, the absorption will be of total epsilon 2 into I have 1 minus epsilon 1 into E2. Out of this total emissive power, this much amount of is absorbed. Then what amount is reflected? It is 1 minus emissivity 2 is reflected, out of which, out of this amount of emissive power, that is 1 minus epsilon 1 into E2. Again, out of this total reflectivity, some part of the rays will be absorbed and some part of the radiation again it will be reflected back to surface 2. It will be reflected back to surface 2, wherein which again some part is absorbed and some part is reflected again. So out of this total emissive power, that is 1 minus epsilon 2 into 1 minus epsilon 1 into E2, total emissive power which is coming here into 1 minus epsilon 1 into this is the total emissive power now, which is amount of E1 will be absorbed. The rest, it is 1 minus epsilon 1. 1 minus epsilon 1 of this total emissive power. So 1 minus epsilon 1 and 1 minus epsilon 1, it will be nothing but I'll be having 1 minus epsilon 1 whole square into I have 1 minus epsilon 2 into E2. Out of this radiation, some part will be absorbed. It will be nothing but again epsilon 2 into this total, that is 1 minus epsilon 1 square into 1 minus epsilon 2 into E2. So again it goes on like this, some part where I'll just repeat this once again. I have two infinite parallel surface. This is surface 1 and this is surface 2. In surface 2, I'm going to consider one small elemental area where it is emitting E2 amount of emissive power from surface 2. It will be in the hemispherical direction. For our case, I'm going to consider only one ray, which is in one direction. But it will be in the hemispherical direction. Now, this total emissive power is the surface selected and some part will be absorbed. Because it is an opaque surface, there is no transmittivity from the surface. Some part will be absorbed, some part will be reflected. How much amount of total emissive power? Emissive power is E2. Out of E2, epsilon 1 will be absorbed, and out of E2, 1 minus epsilon 1 will be reflected. Now this is my emissive power which is coming from surface 1. This is my emissive power which is coming from surface 1. Out of this emissive power, some part will be absorbed and some part will be reflected. What amount? Epsilon 2 is the absorptivity. Out of epsilon 2, this is the total emissive power which is coming from surface 1 to surface 2. So 1 minus epsilon 1 into E2, I keep it as it is, multiplied by the absorptivity, that is epsilon 2. And some part is reflected. What is out of total? That is 1 minus epsilon 1 into E2, 1 minus epsilon 1 into E2. What amount is reflected from the surface? It is 1 minus epsilon 2. Now, this is 2 towards 1. At 1, some part will be absorbed, some part will be reflected. What amount is absorbed? Out of this, this is the total emissive power now, that is 1 minus epsilon 2, 1 minus epsilon 1 into E2 multiplied by the absorptivity. That is the total absorptivity of the surface 1. Out of this, some will be reflected. What amount? That is out of this multiplied by 1 minus epsilon 2. So 1 minus epsilon 1, 1 minus epsilon 1 will be giving me 1 minus epsilon 1 square into 1 minus epsilon 2 into E2. Now this is the total emissive power coming towards 2, out of which some will be absorbed. That odd amount of this will be absorbed, it is epsilon 2. and what amount will be reflected? That is 1 minus epsilon 1 square 1 minus epsilon 2 square the radiant flux is 1. The radiant flux emitted by surface 2 and absorbed by surface 1 means these terms, which I'm going to add it down for the infinite length. It will be nothing but epsilon 1 into E2 plus epsilon 1 into E2 plus epsilon 1 into 1 minus epsilon 2 into 1 minus epsilon 1 into E2 plus I have epsilon 1 into 1 minus epsilon 2 square into I have 1 minus epsilon 1 into square into E2. So like that it goes on. Now I have some common term, that is epsilon 1 into E2. Within the square bracket, I have a series of 1 plus 1 minus epsilon 2 into 1 minus epsilon 1 plus I have 1 minus epsilon 2 square into 1 minus epsilon 1 square. Like that it goes on in the square bracket. It is a series. When we come up with mathematics, it is epsilon 1 into E2. I have multiplied by within the square bracket. This series can be converted to 1 upon 1 minus the first term. It is 1 minus epsilon 1 into 1 minus epsilon 2 into 1 minus epsilon 1. This series can be converted to this part. Then when we split this up and when we solve the square bracket, I'll end up with E2 into epsilon 1 divided by epsilon 1 plus epsilon 2 minus epsilon 1 into epsilon 2. Epsilon 1 into epsilon 2. So this is the radiant flux emitted by surface 2 and is absorbed by surface 1. In the similar manner, similarly, I'll have the radiant flux emitted by surface 1, emitted by surface 1 and absorbed by surface 2 and absorbed by surface 2. It will be nothing but Q by A from 1 to 2. This will be equal to, this is the next part. It is the heat exchange between the two. So this will be equal to E1 into epsilon 2 divided by epsilon 1 plus epsilon 2 minus epsilon 1 into epsilon 2. Out of this equation, wherever I have 1, I am going to replace 2. And wherever I have 2, I am going to replace it with 1. So epsilon 1, I'm going to replace it with 2, and E2, I am going to replace it with 1. So it is epsilon 2 into epsilon 2, and this, if I replace 2 to 1, it is epsilon 1. This is 2 and this is 1. So the denominator part is 2 epsilon 2 plus epsilon 1. So I've written it as epsilon 1 and epsilon 2. 2 will be 1 and 1 will be 2. So it is again epsilon 1 and epsilon 2. So denominator will be same. Only the numerator, instead of E2, it will be E1, and instead of epsilon 1, it will be epsilon 2. So that is the radiant flux emitted by surface 1 and absorbed by surface 2. So therefore, the net of radiant heat flux, the net exchange of radiant heat flux between surface 1 and surface 2, between surface 1 and 2 is, between 1 and 2 is, it will be Q by A 1 to 2, Q by A heat exchange 1 to 2, it will be equal to the radiant flux. It will be nothing but the radiant flux emitted by surface 2 and absorbed by surface 1 minus the radiant flux emitted by surface 1 and absorbed by surface 2. So I take this as equation number 1 and this as equation number 2. It will be the net radiation and net exchange of radiant flux between two surfaces. It will be the net radiation to surface 2 to and absorbed by surface 1. So it will be nothing but I have a denominator which is same. It is epsilon 1 plus epsilon 2 minus epsilon 1 into 2. It is E1 epsilon 2 minus E2 epsilon 1. E2 epsilon 1. I am going to substitute for E1 and E2, where E1 and E2 are now from the Stefan-Boltzmann's law. I have taken it. E1 is nothing but epsilon 1 sigma into T1 square, out of which epsilon 1 and epsilon 2 we have already taken for the surface. So when I substitute E1, it is epsilon 1 into sigma into T1 raised to 4 into epsilon 2 minus E2 is epsilon 2 into sigma into T2 raised to 4 into epsilon 1 divided by, as it is epsilon 1 plus epsilon 2 minus epsilon 1 into 2. Here I have epsilon 1, epsilon 2 and sigma common. So sigma into epsilon 1 into epsilon 2, it is common. In the bracket, I have T1 raised to 4 minus T term, that is emissivity 1 plus emissivity 2 minus 1 and 2. So this we can further simplify. I'm going to take emissivity from the numerator to the denominator. If I do so, it will be sigma into T1 raised to 4 minus T2 raised to 4. The denominator is epsilon 1 into epsilon 1 epsilon 2 plus epsilon 2 into epsilon 1 epsilon 2 minus epsilon 1 epsilon 2 into epsilon 1 epsilon 2. I'm just going to, from the numerator, I'm going to take it to the denominator. So I'm going to split this whole thing. It will be epsilon 1 divided by epsilon 1, epsilon 2, and so on. So epsilon 1 and epsilon 1 cancels, epsilon 2 and 2 gets cancelled, 1 and 2 here it gets cancelled. So I'm left with sigma into T1 raised to 4 minus T2 raised to 4 divided by 1 upon epsilon 2 minus plus 1 upon epsilon 1 minus 1. This can be also further simplified. I'll just write it in terms of 1 and 2. It is T1 raised to 4 minus T2 raised to 4 divided by, I have 1 upon epsilon 1 plus 1 upon epsilon 2 minus 1. This is the total heat exchange rate between 1 and 2. The surface 1 and 2. It is the total heat exchange rate between surface 1 and 2. And also we can write this as the heat exchange between surface 1 and 2 will also be equal to the heat exchange heat radiant flux, that is the radiant flux from the surface 1. This will also be equal to the minus of Q by A from 2, from the surface 2. And this will be equal to nothing but sigma into T1 raised to 4 minus T2 raised to 4 divided by 1 upon epsilon 1 plus 1 upon epsilon 2 minus 1. Why this is the heat exchange between the two surface? This is nothing but the radiant flux coming out of from surface 1 will be equal to the negative sign of the radiant flux coming out from surface 2, and it will be equal to that itself. Other than the radiation in the surface from surface 1 and 2, from the surface here between 1 and 2, other than the radiation heat exchange from surface 1 and 2, we don't have anything other than that. So whatever amount of radiation coming out from surface 1 will be the radiation when we have a steady state. It will be the radiation which is coming out from surface 1 and it is absorbed by surface 2. So it will be the negative sign of the same. When we consider it from surface 1 and from surface 2, for equilibrium we need to have the same answer. So it will be emitted from surface 1 will be equal to the surface 2. So I know the radiation heat exchange for the infinite parallel diffuse gray surface, the net heat exchange by radiation we have, it is sigma into T1 raised to 4 minus T2 raised to 4 divided by 1 upon epsilon 1 plus 1 upon epsilon 2 minus 1. So this is all about the heat exchange. If you have any doubts, please ask.